So, what came right out of left field last couple of months, let's say 6 months ish ago, and it's completely terraforming and transforming and creating this massive wave of unemployment? No, it wasn't a sickness. No, it wasn't. It's actually bigger. And it's something that came right out of left field. On this channel, when it came to, you know, maintenance or expansion of the human race and maintaining a good human structure, so to say, the one thing that I felt that was threatening humankind was transhumanism, and I made multiple videos in the last 10 years saying my fears are transhumanism is going to destroy humanity. But something came out of left field 6 months ago. You probably guessed it already. AI came out of left field. Didn't expect it to have the impact that it did. Something that we never predicted on this channel. Something that we never really... We knew automation and robots were going to take over and stuff like that. But I never thought AI would reach the capacity that it has. So let's take a look at what's going on. Guys, don't forget to check out the video I made earlier today, America's First Intoxication and the Arrival of the Great Manito. History must be preserved via text. So check it out, guys. Also, Mike of the Night's still alive and well and kicking. You can find us on Rumble, and you can find episodes of Mike of the Night. I am backing up all the older episodes here, and the show format looks like that. That's 514 is the last episode of Mike of the Night. So what's going down, folks? Here it is. 4 careers where workers will have to change jobs by 2030 due to AI and shifts in how we shop, according to McKinsey study. Okay. Nearly 12 million U.S. workers may need to switch jobs by 2030, a McKinsey study found. Lower wage workers are projected to be 14 times more likely to be impacted. Here are the jobs. So let's just, with the biggest disruptions, let's just go over there real quick. There's your 4 jobs right there. So millions may need to change occupations by 2030. So business, legal professionals, right? That's a pretty big one. That's a pretty huge field. And food services right there. And production work. And you got customer service and sales. And office support's the biggest one right now. And if you go here, the jobs that will grow and shrink over the next decade. And 4 key factors are driving the projected shifts in workforce demand. First, the automation of jobs, which could be fueled by the rise of generative AI technologies like ChatGPT. The study found that up to 30% of hours currently worked in the U.S. could be automated by 2030. So that's enormous. This is big. It's news. It's happening. And, you know, we've been covering it on Mike in the Night, since 6 months ago. But this is something that I never predicted. And AI could replace equivalent of 300 million jobs, says report. So there it is. Artificial intelligence could replace equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs. A report by investment bank Goldman Sachs says it could replace a quarter of the work task of the U.S. and Europe, but may also mean new jobs and productivity boom too, right? So, and it could eventually increase the total annual value of goods and services produced globally by 7%. Wow. So, employment prospects, let's get to where a pinch of salt. According to the research cited by the report, 60% of workers are in occupations that did not exist in 1940. So we got to keep that in mind. It's all new occupations that came out, and a lot of them were created, with a lot of people graduating from all these college degrees and creating jobs and expanding the workforce and blah, blah, blah. But now, keep that in mind too, right? But other research suggests that technological change since 1980s has displaced workers faster than it has created jobs, right? Remember the whole Japan technology boom in the early 80s and the wristwatch, the digital wristwatch? Who remembers that? Now, this ties into something we've been talking about for a while now, and visualizing America's 1 billion square foot of empty office space. So in April, one of America's largest office owners, Brookfield, defaulted on a $161 million loan. The loan covering 12 office buildings was mainly concentrated in Washington of the District of Columbia market. Faced with the low occupancy rates, it joined other office giants, Blackstone and WeWork, defaulting on office debt this year. So let's visualize this. So there it is right there. There's your office space right there. 48,125 floors, U.S. empty office spaces. And look at that thing. Look at her. And there's what? What is that? There's the New York. There's the Washington, D.C., and that's the basically U.S. empty space as a whole. That's a lot. That's 48,125 floors. Holy smokes. Ranking U.S. cities, so you can see it right here. You got New York, obviously the capital, financial capital of America. There it is, 75.8 million total vacancies. That makes up 16.1%. Washington, District of Columbia, 74 million. That's square feet, right, folks? That's 20.8%. Chicago, Dallas. So if you go down here, you start to see, where did I find a higher? Like these 22%ers here in Westchester County, 24% here in Milwaukee, Sacramento, 25 points. So you got to look at the percentages, right? The square footage, yes, but New York still has a lot of offices that are being utilized because your total vacancy is only 16.1, right? So keep that in mind too. But that is a lot of square footage though, right? But the other cities are starting to take a hit here. You could see that plain as day. So, and numbers may total 100 due to rounding. May not total 100 due to rounding. So New York has roughly 76 million square feet of empty office space. If this was stacked in a single office building, and we covered that for you guys right here. There's the single office building right there. Know in the comments if you knew AI was going to be something. If you knew AI was going to take it over. If you knew AI, artificial... Look, I mean, you hear of artificial intelligence, but you... I didn't expect, I didn't predict. I was more on the whole transhumanism part of things. And I remember making a video outside my store like 5-6 years ago where I was saying the one thing that worries me the most about the future is transhumanism, right? I think that's going to be a major impact on global man or humankind sustainability and continuity of our species. But now I'm looking at it, it's like, wow, AI is going to wipe out an incredible amount of jobs, and it's going to be more impactful for people that have to live in these cities, but they're going to have to migrate to smaller towns or find more affordability somewhere else or have to work a different job. And that's why they're giving people a warning by 2030, hey, watch out, things are going to change. But it could also be, AI could be used for good. AI could be, it could clean things up, so to say. It could bring the truth forward if it has to. I don't know, right? I know AI enough to tell you that it looks like it's doing a great job, but what do I really know, folks? Anyways, look forward to reading your comments below. Let me know. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble, where we do have Mike in the Night. There are a lot of people asking for that show very regularly. And yes, Mike in the Night, we are on Rumble, and we're still kicking and screaming. I'll see you guys Saturday night on the show tomorrow night. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.